Hi, how you all doing? Peace. I'm here to do something that I don't usually do. And if you could hear my voice has changed a little bit because I'm actually doing a channeling. I just connected with XXXTentacion. Extension. Second. Extension. XXX extension. And yeah, I just was crying for so long because I've never heard to. I listen. I'm not down with the get down right now. Like everything in the. Well, that's a lie. I'm just not really privy to a lot of the new things that's going around. I'm just about getting back in sync with the new slangs that are coming out of my generation. You know, and so I definitely don't know the music that's out right now, and at least I don't listen to it. I know there's different musics coming about. I know there's what's that there? Is it, I was gonna call it trip, It's not trap. I think the trap was not too long ago. Anyway, look, I don't want to ramble too much. My energy's back. Okay, let's see. Basically, I'm here to do a reading, a message from the spirit of extension to the people, because it's clear that he was loved, and it's just that he had a message, and he, at the most, he's really overwhelmed. Didn't know so many people felt so much for him, but also feels away because he wished he would have done better sooner, or he would have shown differences. But there was many reasons why he was the way he was. Okay, obviously he was an illumined soul, and he had a twin flame, and his twin flame now is going through it. But I have a message. I have a message that his son, and like initially it just said his child, but I got just now his son, whatever son he has, is gonna carry out his legacy. I know that there is a baby, but I don't know what sex the baby is. So yeah, I just got the son is gonna carry out the legacy. Um, and as I connected, I said to him, first thing is like, live through your child, live through your child. And the messages came through like that. Yeah, his boy or his baby son will live through his legacy. Okay. So I'm just gonna run through some of my decks and see what messages he wants to relay. One of the first ones is I was asked to use is the relationship message, because he was although people may not have realized, he was a very spiritual being. He was very much in tune with his spiritual side. Okay, that's why he was so wayward. That's why he was so different. Because imagine if you was so into your material, you wouldn't be so different. You wouldn't be so unique. Okay, you wouldn't do all the things that he was said to do. And like I said, I really don't know a lot, and I've just now finished listening to a reading that spoke on a little bit, and even that reader didn't know about him either. And the reading was Wisdom and Light Tarot, and she did a reading on him, and it's the only one I've watched, and I even get into the story. I heard of the death, and I heard of how the death came about. It was like by someone shooting him in his face, and I was just like, oh, that's, no matter what you have done. And obviously, as soon as I heard of the death, the next thing that came out, oh, but he did so many this, so many that, so many this. But the first thing that came to mind, like, for fuck's sake, in your face, no one deserves to go out like that, you know. But there's a clear message that he, and I picked up from Wisdom and Light as well, tarot, is that he was not ready to go. He wasn't expecting it, but he knew it was coming. And that he wanted people to know more about him, not just what they put on show, but the true self of him, the true side of him. Okay, he's already got a message. The most important message XXXTentacion wants us to know for this paradigm in this world is the number 5 energy. Okay. 1 + 4 is 5, number 14. And you know that 5 is all about changes, learning lessons, karma, moving away from status quo. Okay. And that's what, I mean, like I said, I don't even know much about this star. But just his exterior shows you number 5 energy. Not going with status quo, being different, being adventurous, doing things differently. And the message is babies are thinking and attracting before they are speaking. I'm sorry. I'm getting very emotional because yesterday I had a reading and this card came out for the past. Yesterday. Yes. Take the thing and go share with your sister. I'm gonna do a video in quiet, please. Don't finish that. Okay, yo, guys, I'm so very sorry. Close the door. I'm so very sorry that I'm welling up like this, and I'm glad I'm not in the picture or in the screen right now because yeah, the emotions are real right now, and I'm connecting with a soulful being, you know. Where people looked at him, I think, because I'm not gonna lie, I saw a picture of him and I saw a lot of tattoos, and I swear I didn't take 5 minutes on the picture, if even 2 minutes. I just saw a lot of tattoos and keep it pushing. There was no judgment about it either. But I know a lot of people wanted to affiliate him to devilish antics and such. But the card here, why I even welled up so much is because of this card here. And this has to do with past life energy. Okay. And these cards, these 2 cards came out in my reading yesterday. And I asked my guys, like, why, I mean, because there was the first cards that flipped out when I started checking for which decks I was supposed to use for this reading. And I said, like, shall I wipe that? Is this not supposed to be? No, they said, no, it's part of this. And for this to be the first one that he asks us to pull out, but just makes me tune back to how much we are afflicted in our life, in our childhood, and how that really affects our growing up. And it's clear that he would have went through a lot of things as a child that made him become this individual that we see today, that we saw. With all these differences, with all this uniqueness that may have seemed wayward to some, may have been seen completely off, rude, not even rude, but that wasn't, maybe, but weird to some. But it's because life wasn't a bed of roses. Life wasn't easy. Life wasn't how people picture it for him growing up. He had to go through a lot of changes, a lot of differences from the typical life of a human. Okay? And he wants us to know collectively that babies are thinking and attracting before they are speaking. So be very mindful of what and how you are acting in front of children. Okay? Because they absorb your energy. And not think because they're children and because they don't speak the language that we speak, they are not communicating with you. They think just as much as we do. Okay? And they feel just as much as we do. And they absorb just as much as we do, if not more. And they attract. We all attract as soon as we are realized, materialized. And this message is, he's also showing me that don't worry about any given choice. any situation that you are put in, it's all for a reason. It's all for a reason. And it's all in the designated divine plan. Okay, that's all I wanted to say on that. Okay, how many days? Okay. Okay. Fucking hell. We have detachment and adventure. Okay, when I said fucking hell, adventure, because we just spoke about this number 5, and that is 5. Adventure. Affirmation is, I face adventure of life eagerly. He says, life is an adventure. Be ready for the unexpected and make the most of all opportunities. The angel wisdom suggests you get out of any habits or ruts in which you are stuck. Do things that are different and face life with a sense of wonder. If the path ahead seems dark, do as you would if you were exploring a dark place. Ask your angels to light up the way. Then watch for the signs and signals that tell you where and how to go. Explore the new excitement and courage. These magnetic qualities attract money and career openings and add zest to relationships. The angels are inspiring you to move forward with anticipation, expectation, and hope. And the affirmation is, I face the adventure of life eagerly and detachment. According to spiritual law, you can have anything your heart desires. However, if your happiness, sense of security, or feeling of power depend on someone or something in your life, then you are attracted to that person or thing that is a chain which binds you to a lower frequency and keeps you stuck. Your guidance is to ask the angels to help you cut the cords that tie you to people, things, and emotions. When all attachments are released, you can no longer be manipulated emotionally. This enables you to reclaim your power and be genuine. Free your spirit and that of others. Let go now. The affirmation is, I release everyone and everything. My spirit is free. Oh, wow. He's talking to his love right now. He's talking to someone he loved dearly, and they are going through it right now because of the loss, of course. They want you to know that you have to realize that I am inside your heart. He wants you to know that you're always going to be together in spirit, in the mind, with love. And it's going to be awesome. He loves you so much, so dearly, so rightly. He was scared. He was scared to show you what he never was shown. He didn't know that it was real, it was right. But just letting you know that he was an illumined soul. And you too are an illumined soul. And your higher self knew what the true love was, the true connection was between you two. You keep it burning by being your higher self, okay? Detach yourself from the physical material things. No, he's not physically there, but again, his spirit is there, and it's even stronger now because it's of the highest heights. And don't forget to live life to its max. Life is for living, loving, learning, enjoying the now, presently. Next, what's your message for the collective in regards to love? Okay. Any more? How many more? It is safe for you to love. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah, he wants us to know that it's safe for us to love. Let we not hold back on love. Okay. Let we not let social constraints tell us that we can't love this one because she doesn't look like this or he doesn't look like that, or they don't have this and they don't have that. It is safe for us to love. As soon as we feel an inclination to someone that all of these, as soon as we feel an inclination to someone that we feel a certain unexplainable way, and it probably defies everything, every status quo that we know, that's most likely the one. Oh, you've got engagement, deception, and true love. Like what you say, deception is real. There are some false masks out there, false people showing love, but they're not really of love. Okay, they will smile in your face and, you know, wait to dip and dagger, you know, some way, somehow. So be mindful of that, but don't misconstrue that for true love. Okay, for true love. And that's not just he's not talking about just romantic love. He's talking about collective love. He's talking about the love where you can have support of your soul group, your soul family, being right there for you, not feeling away about people that you're supposed to feel comfortable about, and they're the ones who are fucking your shit up, you know, making you feel uncomfortable when you're supposed to be the most comfortable. True love is real. There's a lot of deceptors out there, but don't let that cloud your judgment. Don't let that cloud your vision for true love, because we come here to experience love, even if we don't know what it looks like, know what it means, or feel like we can relate. We come here to experience love. We're supposed to give as much as we receive, and we have to know when to hold back. We have to be decisive about it. Then we have engagement. It says your love life is ascending. What's this saying? Engage with the ones you love. Engage with the ones you love. He says, like, make sure you talk to the people that you care for, you know. Don't leave this earth with the baggage that I feel right now, because I didn't get to tell the ones I loved how much I love them. And now I know I feel them going through it because they don't understand and they can't hold me. They can't say it now. He's urging us all to engage. Don't worry about that misaligned ego. He said ego, I said misaligned. you know I'm going to yeah. He said, don't worry about the misaligned ego. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the ones you love. Share with them. Let them know how you feel. And give us a message for spirituality, X. What do you want the people to know about spiritual works? Other than this Rainbow Prince, I'm going to read that later. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. The Dragon's Duel. Last one. People. Close it up, please. Okay. Let's see. Listen on. Okay. You have the Dragon's Jewel, the High Lady of Love and Compassion, and the Web Weaver. Okay. The Dragon's Jewel is number 23. It says inner conflict, morality, conscious choices. Okay. And then we have the High Lady of Love and Compassion. It says reverence, kindness, consideration. Number 1. And then we have the Web Weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. Number 4. This is 5, 4, and 1. 1 being initiative, going for it, the High Lady of Love and Compassion. All right. And then we have the Web Weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. This is foundation. Number 4, structure, building. and foundation. And the dragon's jewel number 5, what we need to change is inner conflict, morality, and conscious choices. Be sure that we're moving from conscious choices, understood, you know, of our highest heights, not these sometimes ingrained programs that we don't even know are running at the back of our minds and that we're moving from. You know, this is knowing the duality of this polarity, knowing the dualities in this realm. There's the yin and the yang, and you should access both. Okay, in any given situation, one might be more favorable than the other, but we have to be able to utilize both. We have to know of them both, right? And then the web weaver, again, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. Know that karma is real. There's reciprocity is real. So make sure whatever you do, you're founded and grounded in understanding that spirituality is before the material physicality. And divine intelligence is seated in the intangible, the spirituality. And everything that comes about materially manifested is a cause and effect of the spiritual and then the physical in the standings. Okay, then we have the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Number 1, the first thing that you need to remember about spirituality is love and compassion. And it says reverence, kindness, and consideration. Revere yourself, be kind to yourself, and consider yourself first and foremost, is the message that X is trying to get out to us. And then we have 26. This is one of the cards that just fell out. One I'm going to read. Okay. Hello, Challenger. Okay, it says the Rainbow Prince is telling you that you need to address how committed you are to your path. Have you been given of yourself only as a means to control the situation? His gentle advice is to practice giving fully of yourself. Devote all your attention when you're with someone and be completely present in all areas of your life. When you do so, you will receive more than you're trying to get by being the way you are now. The other warning is that you may be given too much and not allowing yourself to be compensated. This may keep you in a victim mode, always looking for what's unfair. Perhaps it's time to stop giving so much and instead be willing to receive. It may not be comfortable, but you deserve it. So why not allow it? Let yourself be vulnerable. Therein lies great strength. Again, like being present, engaging, being true to yourself. Don't deceive yourself or others. You know, knowing that everything, thinking, feeling is being attracted. Detaching from social norms. Okay, and moving with love. Always. Okay. So guess what, guys? I found my cards I've been looking for a while. And yeah, so the first card that comes out is no doubt or fear, just love. Oh my God, can you imagine? I think this man must have been seen as probably one of the most darkest, grimiest kind of person, but everything that's coming out right now is about love. Love, love, love. And the funniest thing is this is what his message was coming through. This is what his message was coming through. I understand that he did a lot of dark stuff, and even his hair. Do you not see that he was representing the yin and the yang, the duality, the duality of life? He was trying to show you things, but there's only so much he could have done in the paradigm, in the state, in the phase and state that he was in, and obviously his wings got clipped. Okay, but come on, like Dragon's Jewel. Him and his yin and yang hairstyle, you know, and he's doing it all for love, all for love. You don't have to doubt or fear anything. And I think he was very much a fearless individual. He did all these different things that he did. Like, he wasn't checking for what anybody else was thinking. That's why that 5 energy came out so strong. There was a karmic soulmate that he needed to learn from. Okay, that he wasn't engaging with, and he didn't what is it, he didn't show love to like he knew he wanted to. And I think that karmic soulmate like interpreted it so different, that kind of got him. Yes, there was a karmic soulmate that got him having to relearn himself. So there was someone in his life, relationship-wise, romantic or no? No, it wasn't romantic, but it was karmic. It was one that he had to learn a lesson to grow. And he was the one who had to learn the lesson. The lesson was being brought to him by this karmic individual, and Orange and Sunday is coming to mind. There was something about love, an unconditional love with this karmic soulmate. Maybe it wasn't like it wasn't a romantic love. Definitely, this is a love of like just love of the soul of that person, but not really not knowing how to express the love that they felt for this person. So I feel like this was a man that he looked up to, that like a father, and he actually really loved him, and he wanted to engage more with him, but he said he couldn't because he didn't know how to express it all. We have pick up the keys and use the tools. Your ships are coming in. Pat yourself on the back and rejoice now. Spirit first, matter after, balance both. Like, know that we have the power. Okay? Knowing spirituality is knowing that we are powerful in the unseen and then into the seen. Okay? He's asking us to realize that and to engage with ourselves, with our higher selves, and understanding the tools that are available to us and utilizing them. Okay? Because with that introspective work, with that diligence, with that wanting to work for your highest good, you know, comes successes. That's what your ships are coming in. Pat yourself in the back is all about. Rejoice now. Be happy. Be proud of yourself right now. You know, keep working. You've been working hard already. Don't wait for nobody to tell you well done. Maybe other people are not going to be there to tell you well done. So you have to be your own best friend. You have to be your own best everything. And because spirit is first, the matter is after. You don't have to wait for anything physically to show up in your life before you know it spiritually. Okay? Yes. And it says faith without works is void. You have to keep working. Don't ever stop. Okay, so what was his purpose? Earlier on, when I was shuffling these cards, music came out, of course, and something just flipped out again. It says travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Okay, anything else? Okay, let's expound on that. He says expound on that. Basically, he said his life purpose involved traveling because he had to be seen, felt, and heard by many. So yeah, he did it through music, but the whole thing was that he had to be seen by the world. His energy was there for the collective. Naturally, as he was an illumined soul, that's what we do. Your life purpose involves traveling. Why did I just break up like that? It's because I heard it clearly. Because I heard someone say there's no correlation, but then he came through and said, yes, it is that. And he showed me that it's that. Him being seen by many, him being able to travel through people. It's an etheric travel. It's a travel. He was able to move hearts, move minds, you know, move the collective. Because I always say about traveling doesn't have to be that physical traveling, you know. Astral traveling is a travel. Your mind traveling to different spaces is a travel. Because I was born in Angola, and I lived in Portugal for a bit, but I've been in England for years and I haven't left much. I've probably gone to Portugal and ATL, and then I travel a lot around England. but I haven't left the country, and that's because as a twin flame, I'm helping the grid work here. But yeah, and I always used to say I feel like I'm well traveled, because even though I've moved from different places, and I deal with a lot of international people. Like I always meet people outside of my own sphere. So yeah, and that's my form of traveling, like just interacting with different people from different places. And this is what he's saying as well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. These children are getting on top of me right this day, right? I'm trying to get this. So we have traveling. Okay, anything else? And underneath the deck, we have teaching. And it says you inspire young people. Yeah, this is so emotional. Because it's one, I don't do readings for people that are not living, you know. So this one here is really I don't want to say taxing, but I'm really feeling it. I've been feeling it since I come off that last video, and he was the one that pushed me to do this, because I said I don't do these kind of celebrity psychic readings, like I don't play that in it. But he showed me a message that was gonna help me as well. But oh my god, this is botch. And like, oh shit. Okay, so teaching. It says you inspire young people to learn spiritual teacher, energy healer, counseling. Okay, like you know, he didn't have to be a physical teacher. He didn't have to sit down and teach children in the classroom. But you know, he inspired so many people, and so many young people like that. People his age is only 1 year younger than I. You know? And you know, age ain't nothing but a number anyways. Well, I've got this. I got my headscarf is just like seeping wet right now. Blowing my nose and shit. Oh, spiritual teacher came out underneath. But this is where he was moving towards. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. He had healing ability. What's next? Energy healing, right? Counseling. His words were enough. Sensitivity. His words were enough. How many people were moved by his music? I need to go in and listen now, for real. See what he's saying. And he is inspired. He's a spiritual teacher. I heard that he had posted something just before his death that was like a complete contrast to what people know him to be. And that was the beginnings. He's just telling me now. That was the beginnings of the spiritual teaching that he was trying to come forward with. Okay. Okay, any angelic messages that he wants to give out now, babe? What do you want to say? Nah? Okay. Okay. Anything else? Oh, that'd be too good, thanks. That's it, you know. We're just cutting out. He said we're done. He said nah. I said, is there anything else you wanna put across? He said nah. That is it. He just wants to say he loves you. He loves you. He loves every single facet of you, because he knows that everything is one. And he doesn't hate you for doing what you had to do. Even though I wish things were different now, I mean, so much peace, and I still appreciate all that was. And it's best that way. He just said he'll be able to be a much better spiritual teacher from here. I repeat, bye.